Hello everyone. This is your life coach, Teddy Jones. Once again, bringing you value. Once again, bringing you information, bringing you empowerment that will help you to be your best self, that will help you to be that significant person that you were meant to be all that you can and should be. Let's talk about happiness. That which seems to be so elusive for so many persons. Well, this is not the magic bullet. I don't claim to have the magic bullet, but I'd like to share with you towards a better you. Some simple steps that you can work through in 1 week, and if you diligently apply yourself to them, you can begin to experience greater levels of satisfaction, greater sense of purpose, greater sense of meaning for your life and with your life and with yourself. The kinds of ingredients that go into genuine happiness. So, a better you, your 7 days program to self-improvement. Here we go. I seem to lose count on how many times I've read and heard and seen of celebrity marriages falling apart. It seems almost left and right. And not just celebrities, but everyday people around you, people that you know and sometimes know very well. Doesn't it seem strange that we often see movie and TV stars as flawless people, living the fairy tale life of riches and glamour? I suppose we all have to stop sticking our heads in the clouds and face reality, right? There are many ways to lose your sense of self-esteem, despite of how trivial it could get. But whatever happens, we all should try not to lose our own sense of self. That's what's most critical. That we don't lose our sense of self. So, what does it take to be a cut above the rest? Here are some things you can think and improve on. That should be enough for a week. Like I said, work at it. Pour yourself into it. Yeah? Will you? Number 1, know your purpose. I absolutely keep this as number 1. What am I here for? The oldies, Chuck Willis. Some of you perhaps have no clue who Chuck Willis is. But you can look him up. He had a song, "What am I living for? It's not for you." Well, I like to borrow those words. What am I living for? What am I here for? What on earth am I here for? What's the point of my existence? Purpose. So are you wandering through life with little direction, hoping that you'll find happiness, health, and prosperity? Identify your life purpose or mission statement, and you will have your own unique compass that will lead you to your truth north every time. Now, coming up with a personal mission statement, that's a whole other workshop in itself, and I'm going to put that together for you as well. This may seem tricky at first when you see yourself to be in a tight or even a dead end. But there's always that little loophole to turn things around, and you can make a big difference to yourself, a huge difference to yourself, if you work on identifying your life's purpose. Number 2, know your values. I am big on values as a life coach. It's one of the fundamental pillars on which I have crafted my approach to life coaching. Know your values. What do you value most? Make a list of your top 5 values. Some examples are security. Is that important to you? Freedom, family, spiritual development, or learning. Just some examples. As you set your goals each year, may I encourage you to check your goals against your values. And if your goals doesn't align with your top 5 values, if your goals don't align with any of your top 5 values, you may want to reconsider it or revise your goals. And this is something that you need to repeat throughout the year, maybe half yearly or even quarterly. For life is just too precious to be wasting time pursuing things that don't align with your values. The number shouldn't discourage you. Instead, it should motivate you to do more than you have ever dreamed of. The number 5, that is. Top 5 values. So 1, purpose. 2, values. 3, know your needs. Unmet needs can keep you from living authentically. So take care of yourself. Do you have a need to be acknowledged? To be right? To be in control? To be loved? There are so many people who live their lives without ever realizing their dreams, and most of them end up being stressed or even depressed for that matter. So list your top 4 needs and get them met before it's too late. Now, of course, our needs may be misaligned, and that in itself, again, is a whole other element of coaching. If our needs are not aligned with our values, and if they are not aligned with our purpose, then we have a disconnect that can cause major internal turmoil. But that's for another video. Number 4, know your passions. You know who you are and what you truly enjoy in life. Obstacles like doubt and lack of enthusiasm will only hinder you, but will not derail your chance to become the person you ought to be. So express yourself and honor the people who have inspired you to become the very person you want to be. Identify your passions and pursue them passionately. Number 5, live from the inside out. I love this idea. Living from the inside out as opposed to living from the outside in. Here, I encourage you to increase your awareness of your inner wisdom by regularly reflecting in silence. Commune with nature. Breathe deeply to quiet your distracted mind. One of my spiritual mentors, Cassie Casterns from South Africa, shared with us in 2009, said, breathe deeply up there so that you can survive down here. For most of us who are dwellers in urban centers, it's hard to even find the peace and quiet we want in our very own homes. So find what works for you. In my case, I take a drive. I like to take a drive and just sit on the rocks near to the seaside and just listen to the waves crashing against the shore. Or a moonlight drive. I love the moonlight when it's full moon. You know what works for you. For many, classical music does it. There is sound, yeah, it's not quiet, but classical music has a way of soothing the savage beast of distraction and confusion. Number 6, honor your strengths. What are your positive traits? What special talents do you have? List 3 of them. Make a list. Sit down and make a list of 3 of them. If you get stuck, ask those closest to you to help identify these. Are you imaginative, witty, good with your hands? Find ways to express your authentic self through your strengths. You can increase your self-confidence when you can share what you know to others, what you're good at. You come alive as you share those with others. And number 7, serve others. When you live authentically, you may find that you develop an interconnected sense of being. When you are true to who you are, living your purpose and giving of your talents to the world around you, you give back in service what you came to share with others. Your spirit, your essence. The rewards for sharing your gift with those close to you is indeed rewarding, much more if it were to be the eyes of a stranger who can appreciate what you have done to them. Serving others is a remarkable way to find your true self. It's highly underrated, but absolutely powerful. It unleashes something of our true selves, of what we know instinctively that we were meant to be. Self-improvement is indeed one type of work that is worth the work. It shouldn't always be within the confines of an office building or maybe in the 4 corners of your own room. The difference lies within ourselves and how much we want to change for the better. So how much do you really want to change? Do you want it badly enough to set aside a week and decide, I am going to work and thinking through and working on these 7 aspects of my life? I am so confident in these 7 aspects that I will say to you boldly that if you even take one, just one, and really work at it, maybe over the course of a month, just one, working it through, has power on its own to significantly boost your level of happiness. How much more if you work at 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or all 7? Give it a shot, will you? And share with me. I'd love to hear from you some feedback on what worked well, or the challenges that you may have encountered along the way. So you think about it, and let's talk about it. Towards your best self, making that vertical leap as we continue to build dreams, water visions, and nurture ideas. This is your life coach, Teddy Jones, wanting to see you run well and finish well. So go for it. Remember to hit the subscribe button if you have not yet subscribed. Like the video and please share with someone who needs some greater happiness. In fact, some joy. Shall we? See you soon in our next video designed to help you to make that vertical leap.